Hi guys, Chris here at Purely Outdoors, and today we're filming a review video of the Vango Galli Air TC Low. So we've reviewed a lot of the Vango collection for 2024 ahead of their sort of release it in March, and by far this one's my favourite. I think it looks so good. Once it's pitched, you've got that lovely premium fabric and all the space that you could need for a larger family. So we'll get into this one. We'll go through the full exterior and interior features as we work our way round. But first I want to start with sort of sizing. So in terms of the Galli, we've got 3.2 meters of width. We've got 5.5 meters of length. So it's by far their biggest awning in the collection. And the Galli name has really been, you know, a fan favorite and a real sort of bestseller in their Driveaway collection now for a number of years. We see it as very much a two-zone style awning. So we've got this lovely canopy area here. We've got 1.7 meters of depth in this canopy area alone. And the great benefit of this Galli Air TC Low that we see on this year's version is we've now got that closed canopy as well. So it's a really good usable space from the canopy. And then the main living section, you've got nearly 4 meters of length. Perfect for if you want to put in additional sleeping areas, or if it's just going to be used as sort of storage or dining area in the day. You've got a huge abundance of space there. So really popular awning. They have only brought this TC version, so TC standing for technical cotton, out in the low height, so perfect for vans between 180 and 210 centimeters high. So that will connect into your either wind out awning or rail on your camper van. So it's really aimed at that sort of VW Transporter or Ford Transit Custom. And they've really tailored that tunnel section to fit those two vehicles. So we'll have a little walk around now and we'll talk about the fabric and the Airbeam system to begin with. And I think this one, it really does show off this new colour scheme for 2024 so well. So we've got the technical cotton in this lovely two-tone grey with the orange accent that we see here, which is, you know, really famous for Vango. It's their colour now that they've used on their tents and awnings for the last sort of 50 years. And I think it looks really good in contrast with those two grey colours. So we'll get into the technical cotton aspect now of the awning. So great benefits of technical cotton. It's a really natural material versus sort of your traditional polyester awning. So being polycotton or technical cotton, it basically allows hot air to be retained in the colder months. So perfect if it's going to be used for touring during the winter months. But then in the hotter months, so in the summer, it's going to let that hot air escape and it's going to make it a lot more of a climatic environment to be in. So a really clever fabric. It's non-coated as well, so it lets that moisture, so dew and stuff like that might collect in the awning, it allows that to escape, so you're not getting that condensation inside the awning. Another great benefit of technical cotton is it's so much quieter than polyester. So if you're in windy conditions, especially at night, you're not going to get that loud flapping noise on the fabric. It's a lot quieter and a lot softer to touch as well. It really is one of those fabrics you want to come and visit a showroom like ours and sort of really get a feel for that fabric. It feels so premium. I guess one downside of technical cotton, if there is such a downside, is it is heavier, it is more expensive, and then it means that the pack weight overall of the awning is more than the polyester equivalent. So that's something that you just have to bear in mind. But I think if you're a family that's going to be touring across Europe, or it's going to be pitched for weeks at end in the UK, especially with the heat waves that we're getting here in the UK, then having this technical cotton fabric is really going to make for a much nicer environment to be in from an awning perspective. So hopefully that's the fabric covered, guys. Now we're going to talk about the Airbeam system. So Airbeam the Airbeam system from Vango is called the Air Speed Valve system. So they're pre-angled beams, so fully sewn in, pre-angled, so you've got lovely head height in there, and it's a multi-point inflation. So we're pumping up each beam at a time. So we've got 4 air beams, and manual pump comes included with the awning. So simply a case of pitching the awning, then pumping each beam up at a time. And the airspeed valve system, it's a really nice, quick and easy mechanism. So it's like a twist lock as you put the pump in. And that means it gets really nice and locked in, doesn't allow the air to escape, and it means you can pump it up a lot more efficiently. So Vango really have been pioneers in that sort of pole-free awning now for the last decade. They've been real sort of leaders, market leaders in that area. And I feel like this new 2024 version just really does show that off, how good their Airbeam system is. So that's hopefully the sort of fabric and structure covered now, guys. We'll now talk about ventilation. So not only have you got a very well sort of breathable fabric like the technical cotton, but you've also got a huge amount of mesh on this awning. So we can see these lovely air zone vents that run the whole way down the side of the awning. The one nearer the rear is actually elongated, so it's an even larger vent than we've seen on previous versions of the Galli. So that just means that you're getting a lot more airflow in and out of the awning, and it's going to prevent bugs entering as well. So really good from a breathability aspect. If you don't want that vent, they've got toggle up curtains behind, so you can seal up those mesh vents as and when needed. In terms of more ventilation, you've got a really large hooded vent on the back, so perfect when the rear of the awning is going to be used as a sleeping zone. You've got great ventilation there. You've also got a mesh doorway as you enter the awning from the front, and also as you exit into the tunnel section to the van. So you've got a lot of mesh around the awning, which is fantastic, as well as that technical cotton fabric. So it's going to be a really good breathable place to be in. Okay, so we'll work our way around now, guys. We're going to sort of talk through the interior of this Galli Air TC now, and sort of check out those key features. Okay guys, so inside the Galli Air TC Low now, and I think the first thing we notice is how broad and how deep this canopy area is. So we've got 3.2 meters of width on it, 1.7 meters of depth in the tunnel area alone. So huge abundance of space, perfect for storing wet gear or a camp kitchen. And if those elements start coming in, if the rain starts coming in, we can simply close this canopy area up, and we've got a lovely full length, full height, crystal clear window, so you're still getting loads of light into the awning. You can still look out at those views on the campsite, but you're not having to move all of the gear inside the awning to keep it dry. You've got that nice fully enclosed space. So really lovely feature on this one. Big fan of a closed canopy on awnings, especially when you're touring in the UK. It is really invaluable at times when that weather gets bad. So as we take a step backwards, so we can see this now, we're in the main living space of the awning. So we've got these two lovely mesh panels here on either side, and then the main doorway, we can either have it left open as you see here, so perfect for an entrance and exit to the awning. You can close it up with a mesh doorway, so again, just allows that full width ventilation, full mesh ventilation on the doorway if you want that. Or you can fully close it up with a curtain, so if it's going to be a sleeping area at night, you can fully enclose that up with a curtain. So really good functional doorway here. As we take a step back as well, you can see we've got a fully sewn in ground sheet. You can purchase a carpet as well as an optional extra if you want just that extra comfort underfoot. Some of the key points to note, I think, is the crystal clear windows that we see again running the whole way down the side of this awning. So it really allows that light to come in. If you do need that privacy, you've got the toggle up curtains as well, a really nice little feature there. And as we mentioned before, you've got the toggle up curtains on the vents as well at the bottom, running down this side. So you can fully seal that side up as and when you need it. To my right hand side, we've got the tunnel section into the van. So we've got the doorway that goes into the tunnel, and that's a dual access tunnel as well. So we can enter and exit the van from either side. So perfect for prams or wheelchairs. You've got that dual access. And as well with this doorway, you can fully enclose it up. So it can be a curtain as we've got it here, or it can be a mesh doorway as well. So just further mesh, further ventilation to the awning, which is great. Some other key points to note, we've got a lot of lantern hanging points in here. We've also got the ability to clip in bedroom annexes. So we've got the clip-in points on this central air beam here and at the rear air beam. So you can buy as an optional extra, a full width, full berth sleeping bedroom inner. So you can clip that in as and when you need it. So perfect if guests are coming to stay, or if you are a larger family touring across the UK or Europe, you've got that ability to have that extra sleeping zone outside of the van. Another really nice sort of internal feature from Vango, which they have patented, is the tension band system. So it's known as TBS, and it really acts as an internal guy line to the awning. So given the size of this Galli, we have it on the middle air beam and the rear air beam. And what it really acts is a tensioning point from the inside. So if the wind's picking up, not only have you got the lovely high-vis guy lines on the outside of the awning, you've got this internal guy system that can really center and ground the awning if that wind is picking up. So a really good feature there from Vango. What we're going to do now, guys, hopefully that's summed up the interior and exterior of the Galli Air TC now. We're going to talk through some other comparatives on the market that are out there that may be of interest and sort of conclude on this awning. Okay guys, so you like the Galli TC Air Low, but you maybe want to see what other comparatives there are out there on the market. So in terms of other brands, we've got Outdoor Evolution, which is a very, very popular Driveaway brand. And they've got a very similar model to this, the Move Light T4E. They've done that in a polyester and a technical cotton version at the low height. So it's a very sort of direct comparison to this Galli TC here. I'd say the one benefit you've got with the Galli is that you've got that enclosed porch already built in, whereas with the T4 PC, it's an optional extra. So it comes as an open canopy. You'd have to purchase that closed canopy if you wanted it. One benefit with the T4 PC, however, is that you can purchase a bedroom annex to zip into the rear of the awning. So if you feel like you need even more sleeping space, you've got that option with the T4, so you can customize it a little bit more. Some other key players in the sort of technical cotton, sort of large Driveaway market, I'd say, is the Camper Touring TC. So again, very similar in terms of size. That one does come with a closed canopy on it as well. So sort of very much a direct comparison on that. If you maybe think the Galli TC is slightly too large for your or your family's needs, I'd maybe check out the Cove TC. We've done a separate review video on that. So it's just slightly smaller, compact living space, but you've still got that really nice canopy area as well. Sadly, that one comes with an open canopy as opposed to a closed canopy here. But it's a really lovely awning, especially if you've got your heart set on that technical cotton fabric. It's definitely worth checking that one out. Another key one very close to that Cove TC, if you are thinking a little bit smaller, is Outdoor Evolution's T3 PC. So very, very similar as well, just a smaller version of that T4 that we just mentioned. So definitely worth checking those out. They're all available here at Purely Outdoors on our website. So feel free to click through to the Driveway awning section, and then you can scroll through and have a look at the full awning range that we've got here. I think in conclusion, guys, just before we wrap up, the Galli TC is a real fan favourite for those looking to tour across Europe, especially Southern Europe, where you're going to get those high temperatures and you want a really nice climatic but really spacious awning. Then I don't think you can go wrong with this Galli TC Air Low. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Just before we finish, if you have got any questions at all on this model or any other Driveaway awnings, please just drop them in the comments below. We are going to be doing more and more of these review videos for caravan awnings, motorhome awnings and campervan awnings that we've got here, as well as loads of accessories. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then you can get up to date with all of those videos as we post them. Thanks so much for watching.